In a crowded room, social conventions suggest that everyone is simply having a good time. But beneath the surface, one person is harboring jealousy, another is lying, and a third is looking for a way to use you. We are conditioned to trust words, yet they are the cheapest thing a person can produce. The human brain can manufacture a spoken sentence with almost no effort, making it the least reliable metric of truth. Master observation relies on a biological limitation. The human brain cannot construct a narrative and monitor its own physical performance simultaneously. Deception constantly leaks into the physical world through small, involuntary reactions. If you know the framework, you can watch the truth emerge in real time. This chart represents cognitive overload during deception. The brain is forced to split its processing power between generating a false story and monitoring for potential mistakes. This creates a functional bottleneck in their communication. To hide a specific piece of information, liars often generate an excessive cloud of irrelevant details. They're attempting to bury a single missing fact under a mountain of useless context. You can expose this by asking two questions back to back. The first should be a baseline question, something you already know to be true, while the second targets the suspected lie. A baseline answer will be immediate and relaxed. However, when the focus shifts to the lie, look for sudden over-explanation, a change in subject, or a failure to recall the most basic parts of the story. In these moments, the most important evidence is the specific void where the truth should have been. While a person can control their words, the human nervous system struggles to maintain a fabricated emotion. The physical body eventually betrays the internal state. True emotions flash across the face for a fraction of a second in a phenomenon known as emotional leakage. This micro-expression occurs before the conscious mind can pull the social mask back into place. You can test this by sharing a personal win with a friend and watching their eyes and jaw in the first millisecond. A slight tightening or a narrowing of the eyes often appears before the rehearsed smile arrives. To force a reaction, use a vague, open-ended statement like, "I know what happened," and then stop. The first millisecond of their response, whether it's fear, anger, or confusion, is the only honest answer you will get. The mouth is capable of infinite deception, but facial muscles will surrender the truth for a single millisecond. The person who speaks the least controls the interaction, reversing the common assumption that volume equals dominance. Silence creates a psychological vacuum that the human brain is wired to fill. When a conversation stops unexpectedly, the brain becomes increasingly desperate to end the discomfort. If you receive a suspicious answer, respond with 3 to 5 seconds of total silence and unblinking eye contact. The target will typically assume their story has failed. In a rush to justify themselves, they often volunteer the exact details they were trying to hide. This vacuum acts as a truth-extracting pressure, forcing the target to fill the void with the very facts they intended to hide. Words, emotions, and silences can be managed by a skilled liar, but baseline character remains visible through repetitive behavior. The borrowed item test provides an objective metric of character. Observe how someone treats a borrowed object that offers them zero personal gain. Someone who returns a borrowed item damaged or dirty is demonstrating a behavioral pattern of disregard that will eventually extend to your emotions and boundaries. Those who are the most outwardly polite are often the most ruthless when they perceive a lack of consequences. Predators often hide behind the mask of friendship, causing more damage than any obvious enemy by bypassing your defenses from the inside. Stop listening to the story being told and start observing the silences, the skipped details, and the millisecond betrayals. Once you see the patterns, the mask can never be put back on.